Sports-SDP podcast.
Take two.
I'm Trevor. He's Juan.
I need one of those Hollywood things. Like, take one, clack, take two, clack. I gotta get one.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about regarding the NFL, news, and predictions. Before we get started, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio, at Podcast-SDP on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Check out our Facebook group. It's lit. Check out us on Instagram at Sports-SDP Podcast and our website, www.sports-podcast.com. Make sure you subscribe to our website so you can be notified every time we upload content. Now, that being said, let's get into regarding predictions, news, and we might as well just the NFL in the room right now.
I like how you started the last time. Take one.
Yes.
We passed the quarter mark of the season. Barely, with the skin of our teeth, past the quarter mark. It's week 5.
Yes, week 5 now. And we have, unfortunately, bad news. If you're a Patriot fan, this is awful news. Stephon Gilmore, Defensive Player of the Year.
Our best player
has contracted COVID-19. That's horrible, which says a lot about the NFL because I don't know how consistent these tests are. Because you said that
they're obviously not.
Obviously not, because you said that yesterday that everyone was tested negative for COVID-19, which you're allowed to play the game on Monday. I thought a one day difference, which to me didn't make any sense. It didn't make that serious. You should might as well let them play on Sunday. You might as well let them play. That's pretty stupid. So now this is happening again. So it's like about Cam and other Cam and what's the guy's name? There was another practice squad player who got it too, but
he's not important.
But it's Cam and Stephon Gilmore who probably will not be able to go this Sunday against the Broncos.
I mean, at least it's the Broncos.
At least it's the Broncos. So
why our 2 best players got sick though? Really?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Chiefs got a practice player and that's it. But no, we got our 2 best players.
But after the game, it shows videos of Stephon Gilmore.
Speaking of Chiefs.
Being close and being in contact with
shaking hands, saying good game to Patrick Mahomes.
Which, if you're a Chiefs fan, this scares the hell out of you.
The internet had fun with this. They did.
It was pretty unfortunate, and I didn't want to laugh though. It was like, damn.
I laughed because of the memes.
These are funny, but this is a very serious matter here.
No, very yes.
This is actually bad for the NFL and bad for the league, and it only takes one person to ruin everything. You know, have you heard that term, one bad apple spoils the bunch? Well, we have that bad apple in the NFL. And they are the Tennessee Titans. Oh my God. They already had their game postponed because of COVID, right? So they had an emergency bye week. So they told them, hey, quarantine. They suspended all activities until they can get it right now, right? The league told them to do it. But today, there were reports that the players had done a unauthorized practice during the week when they were told not to anyway. And the league is pretty pissed off about it. Because 2 more players from Titans players were diagnosed with COVID-19.
It's like every day they get a new diagnosis. Every day.
And this is bad because you already had a game postponed already for the Steelers. They play in another end of this month. Can't afford to schedule another game because of your ineptitude and probably your recklessness. Not only the recklessness to yourselves, but the entire league. The league can be canceled because of your reckless behavior. And what says it worse about this too?
We're trying to clean it up so much.
I do. Yes, I do. Thank goodness for me. You have players like Stafford, yes? Stafford, whatever. I should call him something else. And AJ Brown went to Twitter, pretty much denied everything, saying, oh, it's not us, we didn't do it. No, we did. AJ Brown said it, his tweet before he deleted it was talking about a jury couldn't convict him with this picture. The picture they had you see on the internet. By the way, I plead the fifth. Go Titans. What? So thank you, AJ Brown, for admitting that you did what's wrong doing. Because people who say I plead the fifth usually are the people that are trying to hide something. And that was
that G word. Guilty.
Yeah, guilty, yeah. So this is stupid. And if this turns out to be true, the NFL should come down hard. Really, really hard on the Titans. Because you could possibly have the league halted, billions and billions of dollars lost, even though it's money already, but possibly more billions of dollars lost. People are getting sick, and you don't know how people's bodies can react to it. So you actually putting everyone in danger because of your reckless behavior, and we don't know about the practice. We don't know about the penalties coming. But if it were me, I have the ultimate solution, the harshest penalty ever given to a professional team to guarantee this will never happen again. If I was commissioner, but Roger Goodell's an idiot, so I don't expect him to be as harsh as I am. He's harsh when he wants to, but he's an idiot. If it were me, not only I would have the Titans be fined the maximum allotted amount given from the CBA. The highest fine that's allowed by the CBA to be given to them, which is probably chump change to the owner, but still set an example. But hey, there's more. Because of your recklessness, you should be forced to give up one first round draft pick. Now, depending on where you fall, that may be a low draft pick, or if you inevitably but I think it's gonna happen. If you inevitably become trash at the end of the year, it'd be a mid round to high draft pick. You don't know. Point is, you should take it away for this year, at least this year. Take it away. Nothing. For the recklessness of these players who did this already, someone has to be held accountable, and that, my friend, is Mike Vrabel. I like him a lot. Mike Vrabel, you should be suspended for at least one game because these are your players. You need to hold them in check. The fact that this happened on your watch, technically on your watch, you have to be held accountable. So you should be suspended for one game. I like him a lot, but it is what it is. And the kicker for this one is if they're forced to forfeit the game, if they're forced to miss the game, they should be forced to forfeit it. Give the Buffalo the win. Is it unprecedented? Yes. Will it send a message? Yes. It will send a message to the league that this is not acceptable and this will not be tolerated. But that's me. I think the Tigers are a bunch of idiots. This is really stupid. And yeah. Drop the hammer on them, Richard Goodell. Drop the hammer.
He said forfeit the game. That's the only part I'm like, I don't know about all that. I don't think that will happen. It would send a message though, because this literally can cost the league everything. So,
yeah. And it's unprecedented. It's like you already had one game rescheduled, one already. You can't just reschedule another game because it'll mess everybody up. We gotta make another Bible for everybody, push the league even farther. They risk more injuries, more COVID. No, that's stupid. If it comes down to that, where the game is canceled, then they should be like, you know what? You're 3-0, not no more, 3-1, and that may come down to being really bad down the line for tiebreak and stuff like that. Really bad. But I know a lot of the Bills players, a lot of the Bills fans don't like that. They feel that it doesn't feel right. You should play to another game, play the game down the line. But it's like, how you gonna do that? Send the message to them, and Roger Goodell, you should really take heed to what I'm saying.
There's two things to say about that. The first one is Bills fans. Why would you want your team to get in contact with the carriers? They're the carriers. More than half the team has contracted it one way or another. You should probably not want your players near that. Second of all, who cares? They suck. They're not that good anyway. They barely won all the games, didn't cover any other spreads, and went on what? They won by what? 2, 3, and 1 on their last 3 games. They're not that good. Squeaking by, was it Denver? Week 1, right? Squeaking by Jacksonville. And then the freaking Vikings. By 1 point. They were actually getting their ass whooped by one guy, a rookie. Like they're not. This team is garbage. Like stop. They're gonna be in their 7-9 to 8-8 ways very soon. So who cares about this win? And the second thing, if I remember correctly, in the offseason before the season started, I think that they had a troublemaking rookie tackle that was going to parties and stuff.
Oh.
So I wonder if that's the root.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And if he is, bye-bye.
I would have been cut him. The second that I found out he was doing that, I would have cut him.
Bye-bye. That's it comes down, and I really, really like Mike Vrabel. I really do. I think he's a great coach. But if this is true, you got to be accountable too. And I don't want you to. I don't like people getting suspended. I mean, I think it sucks. But if this has happened, you need to be suspended for one game because you're not gonna suspend all the players. You can't do. I don't think you can do that. And you can't fine them a certain amount of money because the CBA won't allow it. Unfortunately, you know how bad the CBA is. The fact that, especially, I don't know which is worse, baseballs or
NFL.
and the NFL. I don't know who's worse, but this is really bad. But yeah, David Titans, you ruined everything anyway. You guys ruined everything anyway. So.
Yeah, you ruined my money 1 week. I hate you.
Yeah, so he hates you for more reasons. I don't like you because you beat us in the AFC way out locker game last year.
I don't care about that garbage.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but.
They cost me money and they cost me fantasy games in the past. Every time I had to deal with Titans, they always destroyed me one way or another. I hate them. All right, so I had 3 topics. One of them was this, the COVID-19 concerns. Do you think we're going to finish the season?
No. I think they're going to pause it for the time being and then resume later.
So when do you think that'll be? Do we finish October?
We'll be lucky to finish October. I don't see how we can make it to November. I don't see it. Because Miami, the Dolphins have allowed full capacity for their stadiums. Because the governor in Florida has removed all COVID restrictions and they're opening up the state completely. Mind you, there's high COVID numbers in Florida anyway, but the governor doesn't care. He wants to make as much as possible. And if it means, basically what it means, don't be surprised if you play in Miami, one of those Miami games, or Miami players go to other stadiums
or Tampa Bay,
or in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be, would they allow fans in the stadiums? Don't be surprised if players on those teams contract some way. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised at all. All it takes is Tom Brady to catch COVID when they cancel the season. All it takes is Patrick Mahomes, who can say they allow fans in the stadiums catch COVID-19. All it takes is one person, one star player to ruin it for everybody. And the Titans, you guys are unfortunately that scapegoat, and you're gonna have to pay. So it's horrible. It really sucks. I don't think they're gonna make it past. If they make it to November, great. If they really finish the season, great. But I have my doubts. I don't see how they're gonna make it.
I'm not sure either, to be honest. Topic 2. So the Jets are obviously finished,
mm-hmm.
and Detroit is not looking very good. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about their quarterbacks right quick, because the Jets are more than likely in this rate going to have the number 1 overall pick, which means they'll more than likely, because they're stupid, are going to draft Trevor Lawrence. That's more than likely what's going to happen. And Detroit, they're more than likely going to cut bait with their coach, but they also might even cut bait with their longtime quarterback since he hasn't been playing that well in a couple of years. And the little that he could play last year, he wound up getting hurt almost midway in the season anyway, so who cares? So the question is, what happens with Darnold and Stafford?
I'm glad you mentioned this question. Because we found out that Joe Flacco is going to be the starter for the Jets, starting moving forward until he comes back. Let's say Joe Flacco somehow, some way starts winning games for the Jets, which I highly doubt it.
I guess they didn't watch last year.
I highly doubt it. But let's say, for example, the Jets end up winning one too many games and they end up losing the first round pick, right? Losing the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Because
they won games they weren't supposed to win.
To do what Miami did last year.
But for my little Miami had a backup plan anyway. When they found out that Tua was going to be the number 1 pick, they're like, yo, why are we going to lose games for? He may fall to us anyway.
Which he did.
So it's like, hey, well, I might as well be competitive. That's what it is. So that plan worked. Miami has somewhat of a pretty decent structure in as far as management is concerned. Like Brian Flores is great. But the Jets don't have that luxury.
No.
Everyone from the top down is horrific. Horrendous. Just terrible. So I don't expect them to do anything right. At all. Whatsoever. So that makes sense. That's one. So, going into that question, for the Stafford is concerned, the Stafford survive the year, survive next year. He may finish out the year. But I think more than likely, I was talking about it earlier too, so I was like trying to put my head around it. If Flacco wins a couple of games and they lose the number 1 pick, then I would find a trade with Darnold. Find something with Darnold. Because I don't know what you're going to do, but I would find something for Darnold. It would keep Darnold, then fire the coach and put somebody in there to fix him. If you do what you can. Unless you find an offer that you can't refuse for Darnold, then go ahead. But if not, I would keep him and find a coach that can fix him.
All right, but you're saying something smart. We're not talking about a smart franchise here. So what are they going to do? Not what you would do.
Okay, cool.
What are they going to do? Same thing with the Lions.
I think they're going to sabotage their season. They're going to try to get the number 1 pick and draft Trevor Lawrence and ruin him. And this is going to happen. And they're probably going to find a suitor for Sam.
Where do you think that'll be? There are a couple of teams that can use a quarterback. The Buccaneers can use a quarterback.
Detroit can use one. Detroit. Chicago definitely can use one.
They're not going to do that.
Well, they're not going to do that
because they're already paying like $80 million.
They're invested, yeah.
Damn, I had like a list in my head and I forgot.
You have
that was unclutch of me.
No, it's okay. I don't know. There's teams there. I actually have to go through every single last one of them to see.
The Colts.
The Colts definitely need. The Colts will need after Phillip Rivers is gone.
Basically, all the teams that have old men as their quarterbacks. Steelers.
Yes. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I can think of top of my head too.
Maybe Atlanta.
Oh yeah, maybe Atlanta. Yeah, maybe.
Because that's going to be a whole fire sale for that team anyway. I think everyone got to go. I think everyone got to go. Everyone. Fire everybody, start over, get rid of, send Julio on his way, trade him on his way somewhere so he can at least finish off his career somewhere decent. This is a fire sale. Get rid of everybody.
If there's anyone that I think is not going, it's definitely Matt Ryan. I'm pretty sure he's going to retire as an Atlanta Falcon.
Probably.
I'm like 99% sure he's not going nowhere. That's why I didn't mention his name. What about Stafford?
Wait, should he go?
Yeah.
Does he go? I would not be surprised if he ends up in. If Tampa was to give him a shot, I think maybe Tampa. If Brady leaves, give Tampa a shot. Or. That's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh seems like a pretty decent fit. He's a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. He can throw the ball. So maybe Pittsburgh. I highly doubt. And or if they make a lateral move, they go to the Jets. They make a lateral move, go to the Jets, which to me
that is absolutely asininely.
Yes.
In order to do that, why would you get Stafford if you have Darnold and you're going to draft Trevor Lawrence?
Exactly.
So no, that's not going to happen.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know. I was just trying to say if they did some dumb stuff like that, something stupid, that would be like I said, this is a dumb franchise. I'd say a lateral move, like they probably do something dumb like that.
But that's.
But just the Jets. It's the Jets.
But nah, because that literally cost you a lot more. That's why money wise is literally the dumbest thing you could do in like the history of anything. That's why that's not happening.
I don't know. What do you think?
For the Darnold thing, I'm thinking where he would go is harder to say. Where he should go, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm jumping on top of that. On the Steelers. or if I'm like the Buccaneers too, I'll jump all over that for Sam Darnold. Stafford is so much harder because you have to think of a team that's like maybe a quarterback or like a veteran away
from something.
Yeah, to become something. Think that he'll put them to the next level, like maybe like the Raiders. Maybe I don't know. I think they're investing too much in that position already.
Yeah, I don't think the Raiders either. I don't know. I really don't know, honestly.
Maybe the Broncos, if they're
Oh yeah. If let's say Drew Lock can't stay healthy, it makes sense. The Broncos, that can make sense.
But that should probably be a little dangerous for everybody. Actually, Chiefs would be like, "Oh, damn it! Now we got to really pay attention to what's going on in the division now." Is Stafford in the Denver uniform? Well, that should be pretty cool.
Yeah. Because they make throw the ball.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Throw the ball.
And he has a lot of targets to throw to, the most he's probably ever had.
Yeah, for says Megatron, But that should be interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that too. That's pretty decent. I
feel like the show's missing these type of
it kind of is. Honestly speaking, I'm glad you mentioned that too. Because I was actually thinking about this at work. I was thinking about possibly openings for head coaching jobs so far. Like, if this league would end today, who would get fired? So far, there's 5 possible openings right now before we get to the league.
So then let's wait next week before we start talking about that then.
Yeah.
Because it's already been 21 minutes and I have to think about that.
Yeah, it's
one. And 2, let's see if anybody else goes away. Because right now it's just O'Brien.
For now, yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's pretty good, though.
So next week anything happens. And the last topic should be a little faster. Are analytics ruining the game of football?
Yes.
Because that was fast. He didn't even think about it. He said, yeah.
Analytics is ruining sports, period. It's already ruined
scientific data.
It's already ruined a franchise in the NBA.
Yeah, it is.
It's literally ruined an NBA franchise. So it's actually telling you right then and there it doesn't work in basketball. Football, really? So basically, what you're telling me is this. You're going to let's say, for example, statistically, Matt Stafford throws for damn near 5,000 yards almost every year and healthy. He's a fantasy wizard in most of these years. Yeah, I'm gonna put him as my starting quarterback. Hey, the people around say it's kind of like you go into fantasy and literally drafting, and literally like creating a team by fantasy points, stuff like that. And it's like, how's that?
You just insulted every nerd that ever worked for football things ever. PFF will stab you if they had a chance right now.
Listen,
that's very disrespectful to them.
I'm just being real. I mean,
what analytics is, like, I'm gonna give everybody some examples what they mean by analytics. If you still don't even know, it will be weird if you don't know what that is yet. You make your decisions when it comes to building your roster, plays you call, and decisions you make on the field based on numbers. That's what analytics is. So if the percentages tell you is a higher percentage to go for it on 4th down versus punt or take a field goal, that's what teams are doing. Or is it statistically better to blitz at this point instead of playing conventional defense? Stuff like that. Or is it better to throw more 20-yard passes versus trying to play short and play what the defense gives you? Like, that's analytics. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I don't know if you guys must have known I keep saying scientific data all the time. That's what I'm referring to by scientific data. I'm referring to analytics.
Scientific data. First of all, I said what I said before. No disrespect to Pro Football Focus.
I love them though. Obviously, the podcast every week.
They're great, but that shit goes into that shit. That goes into that as well. Talking about you're basically using numbers to pretty much decide whether, hey, I can build my team like this. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's Baltimore.
For real, it doesn't work. Do you know what was the most ridiculous? I think ESPN did this years ago. They don't do it anymore. Yeah, it's sports science.
Oh yeah, sports science.
I thought that was the most ridiculous and stupid segment ever. Because you're making excuses saying, oh well, this percentage means the reason why this happens because he threw the ball 80% of the time it strikes, and that's why he's so effective. No, it's not how that works. If you're gonna use numbers as a way for scouting, you're not gonna win much games. Let's be honest. This is not going to work. It didn't work in basketball. It doesn't work in baseball. You can actually, the athletics that right now, it doesn't work. It does not work. And I don't know why they keep on doing it. You have GMs who became GMs with no football knowledge whatsoever. But because they were a mathlete, it qualifies them to be
a mathlete.
It qualifies them to be a GM in a major sports league. All because we can 40% of the time he does this. Oh man, it's that. It fits our scheme. You think coaches in the NFL give a damn about the numbers? No, they have game plans. They think it's gonna work. They're talking about we went from a 4th down 5 out of 10 times. So it's the highest. The league average is like 30%. So we're over the highest.
What he just said right there. That's analytics.
Saying
that's what it is basically.
Saying we can still go for it. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna go for it? Go for it on 4th and inches, and the possibility that you can completely miss it and the game was lost. But it was a 50% chance. I wanted to take the chance. No, it's stupid. Go away analytics. It's not gonna go away though. It's not gonna go away anytime soon. Honestly speaking, but that's
analytics. You want to know a cool stat about defense, which is why I thought about this topic because it kind of angered my soul.
Yeah.
For blitzing, that's a big analytical thing. Over blitzing. So before 2018, the highest that teams ever blitzed was below 40%. Since 2018 and on, the highest has increased dramatically to around 50%. They blitz all the time. The Ravens led the league last year, I think, by a wide margin with blitz. I think it was like 55% or something like that of their defenses were blitz. I wonder how that worked out for them when it mattered.
Yeah.
Now Pittsburgh, this is why I got upset. Pittsburgh now is leading the league not by far, it's by like 5% of the league in blitzing with 55. And you know why that pisses me off? Because they have the best defensive line in football. They have the best one. So why the hell do you want to over blitz? Why are you blitzing so much when you're one of the few teams left in this planet that can rush by only using 4? Do you know how valuable rushing 4 and getting pressure automatically is? That's how you beat teams like the Chiefs. If you want to blitz the Chiefs, go right ahead and ask your division rival, the Ravens, how that went for them.
Watch your boy Kyle Patrick Mahomes completely destroy you.
Yeah, ask teams like that. Ask Russell Wilson how blitzing against him when our team tried doing it in week 2, and then we stopped. How that worked in week 2 of the NFL this season. How they threw 5 touchdown passes on us with ease. Yeah, it's blitzing, just like zone defense. To me, if you do that against an elite quarterback, you're going to get obliterated. Mm-hmm. Every time. Ask Brady back in the day. Ask Rodgers back, and Rodgers loved to blitz. I think he still does. Loves it when they blitz him. You blitz them, that's an automatic 50-yard game. Like, quick. Like, that stuff doesn't... You need to pick your spots.
You know what I think it is? I think a lot of these analytics people, they play Madden. And a lot of them play Madden.
They will fight you if there was anybody here. I'm telling you right now. I don't disrespectful.
I don't care. Just be real. A lot of people think that the video game result into... First of all, they can't even get their video game right. So that's another thing. That's one. 2 is like... That doesn't work. It's game planning. When you talk about the numbers and how that affects how the outcome of games go, you know what you're saying. You know what you're saying to the coaches and the people that game plan for game like that, the game tape like that, the video coordinates like that. It's a slap at their face to them. You're saying that your work is good, but if you listen to the numbers, maybe you can help. No, that's a slap at the face to them. A lot of those people who are analytics people have never played football in their lives. Never play any sport in their life, probably more than likely. I don't want to hear anything you gotta say. It doesn't work. Like, it's crap. I'm sorry, it's crap. Like, I don't want to hear that. When has analytics at all whatsoever in the history of the NFL has analytics play a part in team winning Super Bowls? When?
I mean, Patriots won a lot of them, and I don't think they do analytics. So that's not a good thing. I don't know.
That's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point is, it's like, how you say it? What's the most useless stat? Like war. War is a useless stat in baseball. In basketball, what's the most useless stat in basketball?
Like when it comes to like analytics or just like player stats?
Talk about in general.
I'm not sure. You know what stat a lot of people make fun of? wins above replacement WAR.
Yeah.
WAR's in every sport.
Yeah. I'm talking about especially in baseball. In baseball, it literally has no bearing at all whatsoever. It says that Mike Trout leads the league in WAR every single year, which makes him an MVP candidate. Meanwhile, his teams can barely win 70 games a year. So what does that tell me? It's a useless sport. It's a useless stat. That's one. Like, it's dumb. Like, what does have to do with anything? Win plus replacement. What does that mean? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? How does that correlate to success?
I didn't think this would be this funny.
It's just crap. Like,
He felt stronger than I thought he did. He's upset.
It's crap.
I think that it has a place, but it shouldn't be the primary decision maker of your, of whatever choices you make. Like, you chose to do this play at this time, it can't be because of numbers. But I think it has a place in it. Like, me personally. But yeah, he's very angry at it.
Sorry, BFF. I didn't mean to offend you guys, but it's being honest.
I like you. I have your subscription.
Yeah.
I have yours. So
I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying these numbers. Like, okay, what does that mean? Okay, he has the highest rated draft score. Okay, is he gonna be a bust? Does that mean
more likely yes?
Yeah,
but
I'm just saying. But I'm sorry for my rant, though. I just had to get out of there.
No, it's great. I love it.
I had to get out of there.
All right, so let's go through this week 5 so we can get out of here.
Yes, no problem.
So we're gonna skip 2 games because we don't know if they're gonna be played. So the Broncos Patriots games we're gonna have to skip over because we don't know if it's gonna be played or not. And Titans and whoever they're playing.
Buffalo.
That we're gonna skip over that because we don't know if they're gonna play or not. So,
but we'll talk amongst each other about who he's gonna win anyway. So if you do have it,
all right, do it real quick. Patriots gonna beat Denver and the hell of the Broncos.
Yes, Denver.
And
yes.
Bills are gonna. I will almost say they'll beat the hell of the Titans too because Titans suck. This will be the first good team they're gonna play.
Yeah, I'm picking New England and Buffalo because I think the Titans, they suck.
Yeah, they haven't played anybody good. It's the first two good teams to play.
Buffalo,
and Buffalo's red hot.
Yeah, Buffalo and New England, yes.
I'm going to guess for the Patriots, the line is going to be somewhere between 7 and 10. And I think Patriots will cover that. Yes. Even with Jarrett Stidham, my quarterback. Hopefully that's his quarterback. I do not want Cam Newton to come so early. I want him to take the extra week off. And Bills Titans, I'm guessing this line is going to be maybe, I feel like it's going to be almost a pick 'em. I think Vegas is going to respect them. So I will say somewhere between 1.5 to 3, somewhere around there. I definitely know it's not going to be more than 3. And I think Titans will be favored too, for some reason. I guess they're getting him the home, even though there's no home. But I think they're giving him that still. So I think it'll be around 1.5 to 3. And Bills will, to me, the Bills will cover that. They'll beat them. All right, so now the teams that will actually play. So Thursday, tomorrow, Buccaneers at Bears, and Buccaneers are favored by 3.5. And that is disrespectful to me. The Buccaneers are going to win by at least triple that. They're going to win by at least 10 to me. Easily. This Bears team isn't good. The offense is absolutely disgusting. Nick Foles is not good.
He's not.
And this Buccaneers team is awesome. I watched tape today.
And
Tom Brady is beautiful.
And
he needed to leave New England.
Yeah, they're finally gelling right now. And you could say, all right, their preseason games starting to happen now. They're starting to gel now. So I'm picking Tampa Bay for 3.5 points. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, if you're betting, this is the easiest bet you can ever ask for.
Yeah, Tampa Bay should win by at least 10 to 14 points.
Yeah, it's easy.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Nick Foles sucks. And their receivers aren't the same either. Like the Miller, number 17, dropping those oh my God, he's garbage. I wish they would trade Allen Robinson to the Patriots.
Facts.
Bengals at Ravens. Ravens are favored by 13. I would say this is simple, but based on how the Ravens played last week, and then based on how Joe Burrow is just getting better every second of the day, there is actually a possibility that they won't cover. It is impossible for the Ravens to lose. That's not going to be a thing. The Ravens are going to win this game.
Baltimore wins, yes.
But the 13, I'm not entirely sure. I will say this, though. There's probably no way in hell that the Bengals defense is going to slow down Lamar Jackson. It's probably impossible. I'm guessing Lamar's going to get another 200-yard rush game against them. I think he had 2 of them last year. So I don't think they're going to stop that at all. But I think their offense is going to play a lot better because apparently almost slipped it. The Washington football team apparently benched Dwayne Haskins for a reason. So Burrow is going to outplay that, no question. So Burrow might actually be able to keep up and actually maybe able to keep the game closer than 13. So I wouldn't bet this game if I was you guys, in other words. But Ravens are 100% going to win this game. That's absolutely no question.
Yes.
If I have to guess, I will guess that Ravens will cover the spread just based off they're going to blitz the hell out of this kid and he may be destroyed. But if the blitz doesn't get there, Burrow is going to carve them up. It's going to be bad. But the Ravens are going to win no matter what. Doesn't matter. And that's it? Yeah. Figured. Cardinals and Jets, and Cardinals favored by 7. So the Cardinals need a game like this pretty bad because they've looked like garbage the last 2 weeks. Very, very bad.
And who to beat than the worst team in football?
The worst team in football without their starting quarterback. Joe Flacco is going to start this Sunday. So,
oh my goodness.
If the Cardinals don't cover this spread, expect a destruction segment on a Monday. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna cover nothing else to cover.
Arizona
because it's New York.
Arizona by 14.
I'm sorry, Long Island.
Yeah,
Long Island Jets.
Arizona by 14.
Yeah, they have to. If they don't cover this spread, it's going to be a problem.
I don't see how the Jets score 7 points.
No, they could score 7 points. You're just going to allow 40.
No. This team is really bad.
No, but Arizona's defense is garbage. They're going to score some points.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to matter if they can't throw the receivers.
I mean, they did it to Denver, and Denver's way better defense.
Listen, Denver is overall. Listen, Denver had everything they could to get the game into the Jets.
Yeah, and then
just was trash.
And then Arizona might do the same thing. They're Arizona. They suck.
I don't know.
They're gonna score points. It's just that the Arizona's gonna score at least double.
I don't think you can outjet the Jets, man. This is bad.
No. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the score is 21-42. Like that's probably the score.
But I swear, if the Cardinals lose this game, somehow
that's not.
I'm saying if the Mariners lose this game, because because the Cardinals have been play pretty
like the last 2 weeks they played. Yeah.
If you this shouldn't even be a game. To be honest,
why are we talking about this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually giving them coverage.
Exactly. Oh my god. All right, Eagles, Steelers, and Steelers are favored by 7.
Going to Steelers.
The Steelers are going to win. Covering is a different issue. It all depends. If Carson Wentz continue his little momentum swing that he was getting at the end of the San Francisco game, I don't think the Steelers cover. Especially having a week off, I don't know if that's going to give me a little rust over there because they're a team that doesn't have much continuity because Roethlisberger just came back like 3 weeks ago. So I don't think this was the time for them to have a week off. So I would like to see how they look having an unexpected week off and having to play a team who might be starting to get the wheels rolling. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that the Steelers won't cover that 7-point spread, but they are going to win.
I could agree with that.
Jaguars, Texans. For some reason, the Texans are favored by 6. Don't understand why. Jaguars will easily cover the spread, but I have a feeling Texans will pull this one out. They get the first win.
Yes.
Maybe just to say a big FU to Bill O'Brien. They might play really hard.
Yes. And they're playing at home. And even though it's not going to matter, the home doesn't matter. I just feel they're going to split anyway. They'll split games anyway. So I picked Houston to win this game only because they're at home.
I picked it because they're going to go like this to Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, and tell Bill O'Brien to go F yourself.
Yeah.
And they need to win bad, man.
They do need to win something. Yeah. Panthers at Falcons is basically a pick 'em. Falcons is favored by 2 at Atlanta.
I'm not picking Atlanta ever again. So I want the Panthers.
The Panthers are starting to roll a little bit. Their defense looks way better than it has been in weeks past. They're starting to fly around. The youth is starting to show from them finally, so the speed is there. So they're getting to places quick by quick. Doesn't mean they're necessarily good, but that at least they're able to cover more ground. Their offense starting to roll a little bit too. They found a great running back replacement, and I believe his name is Mike Davis. So they basically don't really miss McCaffrey that much. So their offense should roll. I think I have my website here. What did I pick here? What did I pick here? I'm actually kind of torn. I picked Carolina, so I'm going Carolina. All right, I'm going with Carolina. You know what? Everything I just said basically shows that they're better. However, there is going to be a time where Atlanta will eventually stop choking and will win a game. They're not going to go 0-16. That's not going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the game where they actually put up 38 and actually keep the damn lead and win by like 18 or something like that. This could be the game right here. But I'll go out and say I'm going to go with Carolina because I like what I saw from them the last 2 weeks. Raiders, Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 13. And this is probably one of the 13 points I actually go with without hesitation. This is just a bad matchup. Their defense is never going to be able, in this rate, ever going to be able to keep up with Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Chiefs will always put up 30-something on the Raiders. That's... I think it's pretty safe bet to go with Chiefs covering the 13-point spread. Right? He yawned. He said yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Rams at Washington. Professional football team. The Rams are favored by 7.5 after laying a big egg against the New Jersey Giants. The thing is, Kyle Allen is starting and I don't trust him. So I'm not sure if there's going to be 7.5. If Alex Smith was starting, I will say that the Washington football team will cover the spread actually. Kyle Allen, the last time we saw him, he was hot garbage. So I think Rams are going to cover the 7.5 because I don't like Kyle Allen. I'd rather have Dwayne Haskins here.
Yes.
Much rather have Dwayne Haskins here. The thing is though, if the Washington defensive line actually shows up today or Sunday, I think the Rams won't cover the spread. Their offensive line showed weakness last week. And if Ron Rivera, which is very good defensive coordinator, even though he's head coach, and very good with front seven play, if he really shows up, that defensive line, the Rams going to have a huge issue because they need to run the ball, it looks like, before they even have any success on offense. So if they plug up that run, we may see another repeat of last week. Dolphins, 49ers. 49ers favored by 9. I'm going to go with the cover just because the Miami has to travel West Coast. I'm going to go, even though it's usually the other way around where it's a problem, but also Miami stinks, so yeah, I'll go for that. Plus, they're starting to get healthier as the weeks go by. Debo Samuel's back. Cook is back. Kittle is back. I don't think Jimmy will be back. I think they'll save him. But I know the quarterback plays been garbage, but again, it's Miami. Why not have a bounce back for like Mullins or Beathard? I don't know which one's going to start, actually.
They both suck.
They both suck, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
But I'll go 49ers cover 9. I wouldn't bet on it, though.
49ers as well.
Yeah, 4 more rather. Colts at Browns. Colts are favored at 1.5 as a pick'em. This is probably the easiest game to bet on because 1.5 is just too little. The Colts will cover that spread and they will win this game. But I think it'll be closer. I think Cleveland will show a pulse. But we're gonna have a nice test to see how good this rush defense of the Indianapolis Colts is. There is no Nick Chubb, by the way, which is why this will be easier covered.
Big in Indianapolis as well.
All right, my man's taking a break. New Jersey Giants at Dallas Cowboys. For some disrespectful, asinine, stupid reason, the Cowboys are favored by 9.5. Who in God's name said that they have the right to be covering by 9.5 on anyone? 9.5 against this garbage? No. I don't even know if they're going to win this game.
I couldn't decide to win this game because let's be honest, Dallas is trash. And the Giants know better, but we expect them to be trash. But
9.5. Like, look, I'm not trying to say that is impossible. I can see Dallas winning by 20. They're supposed to, but they're Dallas of 2020. There's no reason to guarantee a 9.5 win or more when they've looked the way they look the past 4 weeks. They should be 0-4. They suck. They're garbage. Who's to say that they're not going to stop the Giants from covering this?
The fact that this is the America's Game of the Week on CBS is laughable. This is a bunch of crap.
It's better for us because we get to go on my Sunday ticket and not have to worry about this game.
Yeah, I can't believe that. That was the best you could come up with? Trash. Honestly, I don't see how the Cowboys don't win by 20 points or more.
Said Game of the Week with CBS. Mind you, there is literally a 3-1 versus 3-1 game happening, and that's not a CBS Game of the Week. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm bowing on so much for. Jesus.
Sorry, man. You see, you had a bad day at work. Well, not a bad day, but a rough day. So
yeah. But that's 9.5. First of all,
that's too high. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not taking it. And I'm picking Dallas to win this game.
Me too.
I swear. And I'm only saying it because I'm like, the Giants are really garbage. And I don't see how they can move the ball at all. I don't see how Danny Dimes doesn't throw like 3 interceptions like he always does. Or a 2 tough fumbles somehow, some way.
That the interceptions I don't see, but the fumbles.
I don't see how that happens. But this is.
Yeah, the Giants better not come to 25 points or more, or we're gonna see a second destruction segment on Monday.
So I'm going with Dallas to win by. I can't even say what straight face is gonna win by more than 15 points. Like I can't even say it.
Oh, they're not gonna do that to me. I can see them winning by 10. Like almost exactly covering this, but I can see it. But I don't see more than that. But they don't have the right to have it.
If y'all don't blow them out, let's say y'all barely win, you'll be like, well, we won though. I will destroy every single one of you Cowboy fans out there. If you bloviate talking about, yeah, we beat the Giants, we beat the division rival. The Giants are garbage. They're garbage.
The New Jersey Giants. They don't even deserve to have New York in their name.
They're garbage. You can't bloviate and brag about beating the Giants. They haven't been good in 10 years. I'm sorry.
They haven't been good in 10 years.
Trash.
And mind you, that was once. But anyway.
Trash.
Vikings at Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 7.
I kind of wish they would have the flex early in the season. Because I don't want to see Seattle and Minnesota.
But I will defend them in this case. What would they change it to?
True indeed, but I guess you're right. True indeed, but I don't know. NBC did.
Yeah, this is the week where every game is just blah.
Yeah, they could have.
Of course, they're gonna have 1 or 2 that's gonna be good, but
I'm going Seattle to win. I just don't see how Minnesota is just trash.
Their defense is just lost. Offense, they look like they're finding the groove. So this actually might be an entertaining game.
Yeah, it might be because the Seattle's defense is horrible.
Yes,
it's terrible. So Kirk Cousins may get another primetime win. But he didn't even finish. Remember last year he got his first primetime win in his career. I think who's against
Dallas. Dallas.
You had to do it. Now he's gonna have a game, but then there's no way they're winning this game. There's no way.
Primetime Kirk is still a thing. I don't care if we beat the noodle armed Saints in the playoff or they beat Dallas. Like no,
you're not beating Seattle.
Seattle's gonna Russell Wilson, especially with this defense he's playing against. He's easily throwing at least 4 touchdown passes.
Yeah,
you can have 20 in 5 weeks. That's ridiculous. How you average 4 touchdowns a game? My gosh.
That's the MVP so far.
Yeah, that's the quarter mark MVP so far. Now the final game, Monday night, Chargers at Saints, and Saints are favored by 7.5 points.
Why?
I can see it. Like I get why you're questioning it. I get it, but I can also see why they did it. This is a rookie quarterback going at the Hell Dome, even though there's no fans in there, going against a pretty good defense with a lot of veterans who know how to get into this kid's head. I get it. And it's is this his first primetime game? It is, right?
It's first.
This is his first primetime game.
Yeah, it's first, yeah.
Going against a legend, even though the legend's arm doesn't work. I think that the Saints will cover the spread at 7.5. They'll win by like 10. I think it'll be a more competitive game than people think, judging how this team did give Tampa Bay the work, albeit for 1 half. I think they'll give them a little bit. It'll take a while for the Saints to beat them down. In other words,
this is probably where we're going to disagree. I'm picking the Chargers to win this game. I pick the Saints have not impressed me in any one of their games.
Yeah, I agree.
At all. They have not impressed me in any one of their games at all. They actually look worse every game, actually. It's like there was no, even though they played the Lions last week, I'm like, even though like the Lions suck, it's like, yo, you don't get points for beating the Lions. I mean, we can beat the Lions if you wanted to. And the Chargers, when they want to play, they're a pretty tough team to play.
Yep, definitely.
And I think, excuse me, God damn, what's wrong with me today? And I think the lights.
I'm dead.
I think the lights being bright for you Monday Night Football, no fans, I think it will help. Now, if they had fans in the stadium, they're not beating them. They were going to beat them. It would be too much for them. But I think Justin Herbert could pull off the upset in the Superdome and beat the Saints. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl this year and win it. I'm already backing up that pick already because they don't look good at all. They actually look uninspiring every single game.
Why do they have 3 primetime games in the first 5 weeks? That's a lot. 3 in 5 weeks. This is the second Monday night game.
The max you could have is 5 in total.
You got 3 already.
So I think they have the max already. They have the max of 5 total.
I'm sure they got 2 more.
They have 2 more. I don't know
I don't know when.
They have 2 more. Don't they play Brady? They play Brady on Monday Night Football, on Sunday Night Football, I believe. I believe they play Brady on Sunday Night Football.
And maybe Kansas City.
Maybe Kansas City. Yeah. Oh, Kansas City. I think Kansas City's on a Sunday night.
That could be a 4 o'clock game too, though. So I'm not sure. But they definitely do play Kansas City, so that's possible. I'm not sure.
The CBS was not trying to give up too many games to them. So you're probably right. But they have a lot of premier games like in the afternoon, evening slot though. But they definitely got 5 primetime games this year. But
they probably thought Bree's arm was gonna work, so like, let me put all the good games quick, so that I know if we put one in December, he ain't gonna work. Well, guess what? Too bad. It's not working already.
Yeah, I picked the Chargers. Chargers to win by at least 3 points.
You get a lot of props if they win that game, bro.
You know what? There's been a couple of picks this week. A couple of picks during the weeks that I said, nah, I picked Philly.
You did. You picked Philly. You picked, I think, was it Washington week 1 or something like that?
Yeah, I picked Washington. The beat the Philadelphia Eagles. You see, that was crazy.
There was another one.
I picked the when Philly beat
They beat San Fran. So you picked them. That was last week. And there's like 1 or 2. It's like once a week you get an upset pick, right?
Yeah. So I have to go back and check. But yeah, so far I have like 3 upset picks already. I picked already. So you were wilding. I got this right this time. So
yeah, so that's it. It was a good show.
Great show. Anyway,
like usual.
Yeah, of course. That being said, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitch Play Radio. At Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. We have a Facebook group. Check us out there. Instagram. Check us out on Instagram as well. And check us out on the best website of all time, the sportsdynastypodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe to our website so we can notify every time we make content. That being said, Titans ruin everything. Screw you. Analytics does not belong in football. And yeah. PFF, you got a problem, fight me. But I love you guys, though. I love you guys.
Chill, I love you guys. I'll kick him out if you give us sponsorship.
I love you guys, though. But I love you guys. You guys do great work.